Ontario Premier Doug Ford is isolating in Toronto after a member of his staff who was in close contact with the Premier Monday has tested positive for COVID-19. A statement from the Premier's office reads in part, immediately upon learning that the staff member was even at risk of exposure, the Premier left the legislature to be tested. That test result came back negative, but the statement says that Ford will continue to lead the government while he remains in isolation. CTV's Colin DeMello is joining us with more from Queen's Park. Colin, what's the latest on Premier Ford's condition, and what does it mean for his governing at this very difficult time for the province of Ontario?
Yeah, and there's no doubt about it. I mean, this is a government currently in crisis over its handling of the third wave, and the Premier is going to be at home for an undetermined period of time. The Premier has tested negative for COVID-19, but given the fact that this apparently happened on Monday and he got tested yesterday, they may be waiting for a second negative COVID-19 test result to come back in before making any final determinations as to when he can return to the legislature itself. It is worth noting, though, that the Premier has not actually been seen in public in the last couple of days, ever since his government was forced to rescind some, pretty incredible powers given to police and reopen playgrounds after making a decision to close those playgrounds on Friday against medical advice. So the Premier has, really been in isolation, at least from the public anyway. And now that isolation will continue at least for, the next few days. We don't know, Marcia, if this is going to be a 14-day isolation period. And we don't know whether the Premier is going to hold a news conference while in isolation. He has never done so in the past.
Right. And we should remind everybody, of all the premiers, he has been out there pretty much every single day, taking questions from reporters.